Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic night. But I'm so sorry that I haven't been posting. I've actually been kind of busy with school. I know that's not an excuse, a good excuse, or like I'm not even trying to make no excuses. I just have to get caught up on all my assignments or some stuff that was kind of missing in my little folder thingy or whatever. So I apologize again for that, but I came up with something. I came up with spooky, scary Wednesdays. Cause on Wednesdays, for me it's like a chill day, but you know what? We need that scary. Yeah, we need that scariness. Y'all know y'all want it. But y'all ready? Because I have the grandmother's horror story animation. All right, y'all. How scary can it be? A grandmother's love, it's just too much. It shouldn't be scary at all. But you know what? Let's get right into the video.
When I was in elementary school, I had a friend who lived right next door. We used to go to school together all the time. One day, I was standing in front of my friend's house waiting for her as usual, and I realized that she was kind of strange when she came out. She looked kind of bemused. When I looked more closely, she was breaking out in a cold sweat. Feeling something strange, I asked my friend what was going on, and she started telling me a story about her dream. She started to dream the same dream she had from long ago. A kind-looking old lady always comes out in her dreams, and she cooks meals for her and then she eats it all. My friend had a lot of conversations with her because she gave her such a good impression. The most amazing thing was when she woke up. She felt full, as if she had actually eaten, even though it was just a dream. My friend lived alone with her maternal grandmother at the time, but on another day when my friend was about to go to school, she repeatedly requested one thing from her with a scary face. Do not follow the stranger, or any...
Should I be living with you, ma'am? No, I don't think I'm gonna be living with you no more. I'm moving out. I'm packing my bags. Let's get out of here.
One today, okay? Do not. My friend was confused for a moment, but reassured her grandmother, telling her not to worry, and then went to school. However, nothing happened all day. And that night, she fell asleep, and the old lady appeared in her dream as usual, and made her a meal. She was enjoying her meal, and all of a sudden, the old lady asked my friend to go somewhere with her. She held the old lady's hand and tried to follow.
What did your grandma say? You're not listening, man.
Her thoughtlessly. However, she then remembered what her grandmother said to her in the morning. So she let go of her hand and refused to go. Then she saw her face turn scary at that moment. The old lady suddenly grabbed the back of my friend's neck and began to drag her somewhere, and no matter how hard she tried to escape, she wouldn't budge at all. While she was trembling with fear, she then remembered the other thing that her grandmother had told her in the morning. If you're dragged by someone in your dreams, don't panic. Just slam your head against somewhere, like a wall or a pillar. Then you will wake up from your dream. Understand?
Good advice.
My friend, who remembered the advice, saw a tree in front of her and tried to hit her head. But suddenly, the old lady laughed as she pulled my friend's head. Who taught you this? Oh, I see. Your grandmother did. So she failed to wake up and was being dragged.
Yo, I'm sorry I did that. I did not mean to push my phone back. The lady just surprised me, I should say. It unexpected. Why she look like that?
Dragged away from her dream.
Unacceptable.
And the old lady's cane suddenly caught her eye. At that moment, she bumped her head with all her strength on the stick, and then finally woke up from her dream. I got goosebumps listening to my friend. since it was early in the morning. Anyway, my friend, who had been absent-minded all day, started skipping school the following day. I was worried about her, so I went to her house. But the door didn't open, and she didn't answer the phone. A month later, my friend called me, and she asked me to come over to her house.
Sorry, you guys, I posted videos. My sister came in here and she scared the crap out of me. But let's get right back to it.
With curiosity, I ran to her house, and when I saw her again, she looked emaciated, and the atmosphere around her was quite different. Most of all, she kept laughing to herself like crazy. She dragged me into the house, took me to a room, and said this: "Hey, you see my granny? She's crazy." Then she began to giggle more, and I unconsciously turned my eyes to the room. Her grandmother, looking into the air continuously, was begging desperately in a small, tiny room without a beam of light. Her face seemed afraid of something, and she kept muttering the same words. "I didn't teach her. That was not me. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Later, I heard that her grandmother had passed away shortly after, and my friend has been hospitalized because of the shock. Come to think of it now, wasn't the food she always ate in her dreams a meal for her grandmother, who would die soon?
Okay, you guys, that deserves a 10 out of 10. Y'all didn't see me drop my phone, okay? Remember, y'all did not see me drop my phone. Anyway, let's get to the next animation. Number 2. Alright, this one is called The Kittens in the Box. The name does sound not scary, but don't judge a book by its cover. So let's get right into the video. And I'm also going to put this one in the description below.
It was on a hot summer evening. I was playing with my dog Dorn in the front garden, and my parents were in the house. Dorn was very playful. Whenever I threw the ball far away, he always chased it and returned with the ball. He was my best friend at the time. Anyway, a car with a small trailer suddenly pulled up in front of my house. I couldn't see the driver's face, though. There was a woman in the car, and she had brown curls of hair, a narrow face, and dark eyes. Her eyes rested on the girls who had been playing around that place, and soon she had a benevolent smile like a mother smiling at her child. From then on, I had lost interest and continued to play with Dorn. Meow! At that moment, I heard the quiet sound of a cat in my back, and that immediately caught my attention. The woman got out of the passenger seat and opened the door to the caravan. My eyes were fixed to the woman, and the girls also looked at the woman, who took a box out of the caravan. She took something out of it, and I could see a small gray kitten. My eyes started shining, and the other girls were delighted at the same time. Then the woman said in a soft voice, "Who wants a kitten?" Without hesitation, the girls scrambled straight to the woman. When they stopped in front of the trailer, the woman went inside and said, "Come in. It can't run away in here." She laughed out loud. At first, I had to fight against my curiosity and my love of animals. My parents always said to me, "Do not talk to strangers." However, I was in front of my house, and if something happened, I only had to shout and run inside the house. Besides, I wasn't alone. The other girls were there too. Finally, I thought maybe the...
See, this is something all mothers or all parents has taught their kids. Never go up to a stranger's car or nothing. You know what? If my mom saw me do that, I wouldn't be here today. And I would just be here today. No, this YouTube channel wouldn't be happening. I will be 6 feet deep. But let's get right back to the video.
woman was one of my neighbor's friends, so I ran towards the caravan. However, Dorn started to bark out loud and ran after me with a growl. I stopped and looked at him in confusion. He was a sweet dog, But this time, he rushed past me and even pushed one girl over who was about to get into the caravan to the ground. The woman in the trailer looked shocked for a while. Then her eyes narrowed into slits, and she slowly disappeared into the darkness. I was speechless at that moment, and the girl started to burst out crying. All of a sudden, a head stuck out of the shadow of the trailer door. It was that woman, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. She was literally drooling from her mouth, grinning eerily. Then she yelled, "An evil child must be punished." Fear ran through my veins. I could see that she had a knife in her hand. She reached out her other hand towards me, but Dorn jumped up at that instant and bit her arm. Blood spurted everywhere. Screams resonated from our necks, and only then, Dorn let go of the woman's arm. It was like he stood in front of us to protect us from her. The woman started to talk to herself, cursing and staring at me like a witch. Then she disappeared into the trailer, giggling madly. As she slammed the door, the caravan pulled away. Before she ran away, she threw the box towards us on the street. When I looked at the box, one message caught my eyes. A sweet reward for evil children. That was exactly what I read on the box. Soon after, my parents and my neighbor's parents, who heard our desperate screams, came to us. I've never been so happy to see my parents. Then the box suddenly came across my mind. Worrying about the kittens, I ran to the box. But I found that something was wrong when I opened it. There were dead kittens, and a device that played the recorded sound of kittens inside. Later, the police arrived, and after their investigation, it turned out that the criminals were a couple who had been kidnapping little girls in the area. Since then, I've always been careful while I'm outside and never talk to strangers.
Bro, y'all, I have no words. That just was amazing. Y'all can't see I can't talk. By the way, sorry for the bad lighting. I just don't have my ring light with me because I'm at my grandma's. So, animation number 3. I'm smelling a 3. A 3 will be nice. Well, let's get right into it. Okay, you guys, let's get right into animation 3. It's 4 true scary story animations. Let's get right back into it. And I didn't press play.
Last year, I had a classmate who didn't like to socialize. I was the only one who spoke to her. One day, she messaged me an article about cat abuse, knowing that I had a cat. I replied to her, saying, "Wow, that's literally insane." She then started pretending she was close to me and continued to send articles about cat abuse or pictures of dead, such as road-killed cats. Feeling uncomfortable, I slowly began to avoid her. And one day, I
she's blocked. Definitely on the block list.
Suddenly felt like she took a picture of me. While she left her seat, I decided to secretly check her cell phone. Surprisingly, the phone was not locked, so I could easily enter her photo gallery. And then, what I saw was horribly shocking. There were over 80 photos of me that I didn't even know she took. I got goosebumps when I saw the folder's name. It had my name. And there was...
I just got the chills. Fam. Okay. Juicy.
one more folder, Cat, which contained pictures of dead bodies and the several articles that my friend had sent me. This story is about my friend's sister.
Oh, so there's more than one. Oh. and it literally says 4, but yeah. Well, this will be the last 4, I guess, for you guys. Let me know if you guys enjoy spooky, scary Wednesdays.
The friend's family was living in a large apartment complex. One day, his sister went out, and this incident happened at that moment. Her ex-boyfriend, who was waiting for her, hit her on the head with a piece of sidewalk block and
It's always the exes.
just killed her. The security ran towards them in surprise, but he ran away, went up to the roof of another apartment complex, and killed himself on the spot.
Bless you. That's my sister.
After that, there were 2 memorial altars set up for both the woman and the man, and ironically, they were located right next to each other. And meanwhile, the bereaved family of the man insisted on this. They told my friend's family, "Let's join their souls in marriage." My friend's parents panicked, so they eventually fought with the bereaved family of the man, cursing at them. He told me later that everyone in the memorial altar went crazy that day. One of my teachers told us about a dream she had. She had a dream about 3 or 4 years after her grandfather passed away. In her dream, it was raining hard, and her grandfather, who completely got wet, tried to pass his socks to my teacher. Even though she loved him very much, she kept refusing because she didn't want to receive them for some reason. Then suddenly, the view abruptly changed, and my teacher was in the car. She was driving through a very big tunnel. At some point, she started dozing off, pressed on the brake, and then woke up. She thought it was just a strange dream at first. Another day, she was driving in a car with her husband. She usually doesn't sleep when she's in the car, but she started dozing off in the front passenger seat on that day. When she woke up, she found that the place they were passing through was the same big tunnel she saw in her dream, and her husband was falling asleep next to her as well. Being startled, she immediately woke her husband up, and they returned home safely. She suddenly remembered her dream, so she visited an expert to get any advice on dream interpretation. And the story goes like this. When you receive an item from a person who passed away, then you will die. Anyway, my teacher soon forgot about it for several years, until 7 years had passed. That day was the day they were going to change the place of her grandfather's grave, and the moment when they opened his coffin, they could see his wet body was floating in water. The strange thing was that the flesh had not yet rotted. She could see that the body had a bit of volume. She ended up thinking that her grandfather, who had been standing in the rain in a dream, might have wanted her to know of his current condition. However, this wasn't the only surprise. It turned out that it wasn't only her. Other relatives had the same dream.
I'm calling the cops. Gramps, I thought we had a good relationship. Why you wanna do this? I got life to live, man. I thought we were good. All the times we used to hang out, go get ice cream. Like, why? Why you gotta do this now? You see I'm living good, then you just gotta do that? Man, forget it.
This isn't a scary story, but I've been the clumsy type ever since I was a child, so accidents used to happen a lot. And once I almost died. I was the girl who really loved animals, so without thinking, I walked onto a road where cars were moving crazy fast. I didn't put much thought into the things I did when I was a child. However, as soon as I stepped in, I heard several voices coming from behind me. "Watch out!" Surprised, I fell backward and fortunately wasn't on the road. But when I looked back, There was no one behind me. My big brother was there, and with a tearful voice he said, "Hey, what if you got hurt? You shouldn't let go of my hand." My brother came out of the store and ran towards me right away. So that must mean that my brother was the only one who called out to me at that moment. However, I then heard dozens of people calling out to me, yelling, "Watch out."
Okay, I get. Okay. That one, it was okay, I guess. It wasn't scary as I thought it would be. The grandpa one was, and the girl who were taking pictures, that was scary too. Alright, you guys, don't forget to hit that notification button, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday night, because right now it is nighttime. I decided to shoot a scary video at night, because spooky, scary Wednesdays, and show some love, and share the video. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye!
Bounce.